Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for September 4th to the 18th. This is for the period from September 4th to the 8th. We have a trough along the west coast, and we have a ridge here across the plains that builds eastward. And we have a zone of flow across the northern states, and this will cause well above normal temperatures from the plains to the east coast, and then the ridge will gradually retreat back to the southwest. So during this period also, we already talked about the heat and everything, but what is, okay. All right, we're missing some maps. Okay, so this is for the 4th to the 8th, and we'll also have a front along the Gulf Coast that will still bring some rain and storms across the area. Also next week, there's talk that energy rounding the ridge could influence the track of Iota that's still out in the Atlantic, Western Atlantic at sea, because it's going to be meandering around in that area. It's going to see. We have to watch that. Okay, we're going to look at the period now for September 9th to the 13th. And we have a zone of flow with above normal heights across the country. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures across much of the country. You see it here, and with the anomalies near 10 degrees above normal or more across this area here. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for much of this region here. And the probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. Now we're going to look at the period for September 14th to the 18th. And the pattern doesn't really change all that much. We have a zone of flow across the country with above normal heights, generally across all of North America. But if you look here at the maps, there's a tendency for the return of a trough here along the west coast, and in the northeast, you start to see a little bit of a dip. You guys see how that occurs later on in the period. But for this forecast, I'm calling for below normal temperatures for this region here with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees below normal. Above normal temperatures forecast here with anomalies of 10 degrees above normal generally across this area here. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence is near 40%. And we have below normal precipitation across a large portion of the country. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. Now a quick look at the tropics. The tropics remains active. We have Ida, the remnants of Ida. Gert reemerges. We have Tropical Depression 12 here over the far eastern Atlantic. And we have another wave moving out here that has a probable chance to develop later on in the period. We have Jose out here with 45-mile-an-hour winds, and we still have Hurricane Franklin here with winds of 75 miles per hour over the North Atlantic. So there's a lot going on. We'll take a look at the satellite imagery. Here's Franklin. Here's the other storms. Here's 12. Here's Gert reemerging. So there's a lot to watch in the coming days. So that's the long-range weather forecast discussion for September 4th to the 18th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.